Nobody changed.
Judge?
She's gonna sit in the back because you'll. Next portion.
It did not preside when there is a settlement.
I was looking out for you, Judge. I couldn't find it.
Thank you. Madam Chair, if you would just call the meeting to order.
Calling the meeting to order. This is the formal hearing for the Tennessee Post Commission. It is 11:50. We'll start to need a roll call.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Chair, you'll hear me talking when it's time. I'm just gonna let you be not talking to the recording.
Yeah.
We can do a roll call of the commissioners.
Do one. Yeah, roll call sheet, so you know that. You want me to do the roll call, Director? I've got. If you've got one, go ahead. Commissioner Beverly. Here. Commissioner Carter. Here. Commissioner Green. Here. Commissioner Halsey. Commissioner Halsey absent. Commissioner Jackson. Here. Commissioner Jeffries. Here. Sorry. Right, sorry. Yeah. Commissioner Lane. Not here. Dale Lane. No. Commissioner Parton's here. Commissioner Russell. Not here. Commissioner Spangler. Here. Commissioner Weber.
Here.
Here. Commissioner Wright. Here. And Chairman Faulkner.
Here.
We have a call.
Did you call Carter? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, council, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Madam Chair, I have Mr. Perry, the attorney for Ashton Smith, on speakerphone. He is present virtually based off of a car accident that has shut down I-40. He's about an hour and a half away. Mr. Gregory and Mr. Smith's attorney, Mr. Perry, have been working towards a settlement agreement on this case for about the last 2 months, working towards trying to come to a conclusion. I do believe an agreement has been made that the commission would have the opportunity to consider at this time. If the commission approves it, then we won't have the formal hearing. We won't wait the hour and a half for the other attorney to be present. If the commission does not approve the hearing, then or the settlement agreement, then we would just wait for the attorney to come or speak with the judge, as the judge is not inclined to continue the case any further because it has been continued a handful of times. The agreement in Mr. Smith's case would be a 1-year settlement agreement. Mr. Smith has been out of law enforcement since August 22nd of 2022. So he would be required to return through transition school if he was hired by another agency at the conclusion of his settlement agreement. Mr. Smith was terminated from the Collierville Police Department in August of 2022 for violation of departmental policies relating to running over center median in a mall parking lot where he was not forthcoming with his agency supervisors relating to that incident. Initially, the report was not turned over to Lieutenant Weaver, who's present here today. And then the truth about what happened with the dash camera footage with running over the center median was found after reviewing that dash camera footage as well as speaking with other witnesses. There was an internal hearing at the Collierville Police Department. Ultimately, Mr. Smith was terminated and he was requested for decertification by Collierville. We believe this 1-year settlement agreement plus the 2 years he's already been out of law enforcement would be a fair settlement in this case. Mr. Perry, did you have anything else to add to the commission?
Speaker's not on.
He said, no, ma'am, that summarizes the facts. I believe he's in agreement. Is that correct, Mr. Perry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So then the commission would just decide whether or not to accept the agreement with the facts provided or whether to move forward with the.
I just want to be clear, the charges from the Collierville Police Department regarding the former officer that's here today were the traffic infraction, is that correct, and truthfulness?
It was truthfulness for the report that he initially wrote, one report, and then the facts. He basically said he didn't know that he had run over the median, but when reviewing the video, it became clear that he hit his brakes prior to hitting the median. So the Collierville found that maybe he did know that he ran over the median. Ultimately, he was charged with damage to town property for denting the front right wheel and tire of his vehicle. And then having inaccurate patrol logs for that night. It seems like he retrospectively, like maybe after that shift, filled in the patrol logs of where he was throughout the evening. And I believe that maybe tardiness was the other charge.
You said tardiness?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the recommended settlement is to acknowledge the 2 years that he's been out of law enforcement. And that should he decide to apply at another agency, he'd have to go through a transition. Did I hear that correctly?
The recommended settlement is a 1-year suspension that would start today. Then in 1 year, he will have been out of law enforcement for 3 years. Therefore, if another agency wanted to bring him back in front of the commission to come out of that suspension, he would then have to come in front of the commission to come out of suspension and then go to transition school prior to starting with another agency. He also would be entered into the NDI as a 1-year suspension.
Okay, are there any questions from the commissioners? What are we allowed to ask in this instance? Anything?
I think because of the possibility of having the formal hearing, it would be better if you took the facts as they've been agreed to by the attorneys than to dive much deeper into them.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve or disapprove. Is that correct? Is that correct? Okay. Do we have a motion?
Commissioner Jeffers, I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Gray, I'll second.
Right, we have a motion to approve the settlement and a second. So all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There you have it.
All right, Mr. Perry, I'm not sure if you can hear me. The settlement motion has been approved, so I'll draft up the paperwork and send it to you guys for signature. And we do not have to move forward with the formal hearing today.
Can you do that? Yes, vote.
Commissioners who said thank you to the commissions. That should conclude all the business we have for the formal hearing. There is an informal hearing. But Sheriff Faulkner, there may be a motion to adjourn this portion.
Seeing no further business regarding this situation, I'll make a motion for us to adjourn the formal hearing, and we have a second from Chief Spangler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This hearing is concluded.